Hey everybody, welcome back to VectorSigma.info. SilverGhost22 here. Most of you still know me as Dan, but we are doing some new stuff lately where I've been doing a lot of streaming on Twitch for ExtraLife for the campaign. I'm still running the campaign, and it's been a lot of fun for sure. We have some stuff coming up. You guys seen that we were doing the ExtraLife tournament coming up for Transformers CCG. There will be some more information out there, but if not, there is a full video and a link where I did go over everything to start. But other than that, if we go back to streaming, I have not been streaming as much the last week. I think I went really hard the first couple, so I kind of just needed to tone it back a little bit, take a break, and just do like an hour here, hour there type thing. But what I've been doing in my free time, actually, mostly on my phone, is playing Legends of Runeterra. This game's really sweet, to be honest. The big thing about it for me is it's a real throwback when it comes to the game mechanics to to World of Warcraft. When I played World of Warcraft, the TCG, there's a lot of similar effects, abilities. The combat is somewhat similar, kind of. It's hard to say for sure, but it's close enough to where a lot of those things that I really enjoyed about World of Warcraft is actually coming into Legends of Runeterra. And I'm not the only one that's been playing this. Scott actually was the one that suggested that I check it out. And I'm sure he's played a little bit more than I have, but I've played, a fair amount. I've been grinding a little bit, but the cool thing about it is it's a new expansion. So with a new expansion, it brings new champions, it brings new metas, it brings, all these new things. I mean, you can see there's 89 new cards, 7 new champions. And the champions are, they're technically cards also, but it's a little interesting, and I'll probably get into doing some of those early on videos of how I approach the deck building and approach evaluations and stuff like that. But to me, I've said this before in the past, if you're learning something new, I remember I wrote about it in my Pokemon article way back before EI about the Pokemon Go PvP. Is I'm a new player coming into this game, so I am still very much on the learning up end. Even though I have the strategy and the competitiveness to continue, I still need to make sure I do my due diligence and I check my resources and I go to the right places. And I've already, found some great content creators out there that were able to help me at least better understand game state and some of the cards and why they're being played. So that's been really helpful to me starting for sure. So it'll be really fun now as these new cards come out. And yeah, sure, the guys that have been playing for a while, they have an easier way to evaluate these things. But a lot of people coming into the game, like myself, we're learning all together. So it'll be interesting to see how long it takes me to grasp those things and start climbing the rank. Now, granted, my collection is very low. I haven't put any money in or anything like that yet. So I can't just jump in and build whatever I want. So that's also going to be the challenge. So what I am going to do is I'm going to, start the new expansion. I'm going to be playing the games and I'm going to try and figure out what I can build best with what I have and what might be good enough. And then just work my way towards a better deck, which is really cool. I mean, the digital aspect of this is pretty great. I once wrote an article on the digital era of card gaming, which that came out with Hex, which was made by Cryptozoic at the time. I'm pretty sure they still control it. But what was cool is that all of these things that it implemented into card games is very interesting when it's used right. To me, there's a difference between playing Magic the Gathering online or Arena and then games like Legends of Runeterra and Hearthstone and stuff like that, is because they truly abuse what you can do in a digital landscape. And it's very intriguing because it's things that you just would not see in a normal card game. Even just the addition of something so simple of when I play this character. So we'll reference it to Transformers real quick for in case your audience is there. Is imagine playing a battle card and it affected the next 2 battle cards in your deck without you seeing. So for example, it's I play my action and the next 2 spells that I had, the next 2 battle cards that I had that deal damage will deal +1 instead. If you did that in a regular card game, you have to remember that whenever you drew the card. Because remember, if it was very, very specific to the next two actions that deal damage, that means like if your next card was fight per position, it wouldn't be affected by it. But the next card after that could be Magray, and Magray would now read deal 2 damage to all characters and then deal 2 damage to all Autobots. So like you would have to remember that that card got triggered, whereas in the digital world, the game just does it for you. So you don't ever have to even think about it. Like you don't have to remember, you don't have to write it down, none of those things. So it's like it just does all the work for you. But what it does is it creates really interesting game states of things that you're just not used to seeing in normal card games. So I've had a lot of fun with that. I do kind of remember feeling this way about Hex when I first started, and how all those things like really interact. And I thought it was all really, really well done. But in the end, Hex was honestly just another Magic in like a different coding of it. So I kind of fell off of it pretty quickly. It just was, I don't know, it fell off, I guess. This has a lot of reach, I think. And I mean, I'm not the biggest League of Legends fan like I was, 8-9 years ago when I was into it, but it's been a long time since I've been into it. So like I'm not really attached to any of these characters. Or anything like that. So it's not like I'm going in like, oh my god, I gotta build a Veigar deck. Like I don't even think Veigar's in the game, so like it doesn't even matter. But it's really fun, it's really cool, and I've really, really been enjoying playing it, and I'm really looking forward to getting into the game and streaming it probably more often, to be honest. And probably doing some videos like just on like my start to the game and moving forward. And we'll see how that goes, because I am very interested in playing the game and getting to it in the time that I have for free. Because right now I'm kind of in between games again, where I'm not attached to anything. So like when I'm not attached to anything, I do start looking for other things and looking for new things. And I think this could be something that I could see myself playing more regularly, especially because like once again, like you can just play it on your phone. So it's like even when I'm just like, I won't lie, it's pretty bad, but like there's been a couple nights now where like I'm laying in bed and then I can't sleep, and then I'm like, oh, it's okay, I'll just play a game of Runeterra, and then like 3 games later I'm like, shit, it's been an hour. So yeah, but we can get into it. Let's just look. I mean, you can see some of this stuff is pretty cool. That's actually interesting. So, and there was also a brand new patch also, so that comes with it. Like you see here, 7 champions, 82 non-champions. Oh, this is just the thing. So like this is actually set up to be a 3-part release. So like it's kind of like a block in itself, which is pretty sweet too, because when you look at it like that, you're like, oh, like so this first set is 7 champions, 82 characters, and then the next set is 3 new champions and 37 more non-champions. Which, so like I said, the champions are like the defining part of your deck, where they get to help. Like you're basically building your deck around your champions, but you don't need to play any, for what it's worth. You actually don't have to play the champions, but they're generally more powerful than other cards, so you want to, and it's easier to synergize around them. So like 7 new champions is a big increase to what the pool was. So when you look at that, it's a lot of new possible mixing, matching that can happen. That because generally you have 2 champions per deck, like 2 different ones, and they're normally either 3. Like you can play up to 3 cards of any deck, up to 3 cards per character or per champion, per non-champion. So you normally have 3 and 3 or 3 and 2. Sometimes I've seen 3 and 1, and like I said, I've seen none. I've seen only 1 champion, so I've seen them all. Like so, it's very interchangeable to how you get to that. So expansion 2 will come in October. That's 3 more champions, 37 more cards, and then expansion 3 will come in December. 3 more champions, 3 more cards. So it's pretty sweet that they are pacing it out that way. And by the time from now till December, there will be 13 new champions and a ton of new cards. So like that's pretty sweet that they're kind of showing that off right away. So yeah, so there's a new lab, which is the Targans. He's pretty cool. And then there's card updates. So like this is just the general patch update going over what cards got changed. Like these are all previous cards and they've all been increased in power or decreased. It's just like a patch fix in an MMO or something like that. Nothing real different. And this is the cool thing also is like, so the game is basically free to play. Like you don't ever have to spend any money on this ever, which is cool and it's smart. They very much go with like the microtransactions of the world, where like I say the same thing about RuneScape. Like in RuneScape, it's like there's a membership, because if you're not playing membership, it's not the same. But like realistically, RuneScape makes all of its money off microtransactions, and that's what these are. So like this is like the playing field. So you can interchange these, and you can buy them, like buy whatever ones you want, or you can just play the base one. And it's the same thing with card backs. So like these are the card backs, and you could purchase these to be your quote sleeves in the game, which is it's smart. I mean, it's a great thing for them. I'm sure plenty of people get that. And the same thing is there's emotes also. So like in the game, you can like send an emote out to somebody, and like these are obviously pretty cool. And there's all different sorts of ones for that too. So like that's how they kind of get around everything. But yeah, so like I said, you should definitely be looking out. I'm probably gonna be streaming this quite a bit moving forward. I've had a lot of fun, I really have, and I don't know, it really does bring back that World of Warcraft feeling that I really enjoyed. Back in the heyday. I mean, that game. I've said it before on other podcasts. Like World of Warcraft brought me to a couple of my best friends in life. So it's pretty sweet that here I am, like about 10 years later, and there's this new game that's I don't even think the game's a year old yet, but it's a pretty new game, fairly new game that I didn't go to because I'm really not a big fan of the online platform of playing people that way. But it can be outweighed by the gameplay itself, and if I find the game is enjoyable, then I can kind of get behind it. So I do find the game enjoyable. I do find it challenging, and with all those things, I think that it's something that I could grow to enjoy very much. So, like I said, I'm definitely going to be streaming this. I'm probably going to be doing like my quest of building and stuff like that. I guess we'll log in. So, like I said, this is only my 5th day, so you can tell right there that this is my 5th day of playing. That's pretty cool. I got a Yasu. I've played with this guy in the premieres, like in the starter stuff, and I liked him a lot. He was pretty cool. So yeah, so I've only been playing for 5 days, so I have not really gotten crazy. I haven't even gotten the first 7-day special or anything like that. So when we can look. Like my collection is quite small. Like comparatively, like this is everything I have. If we show the unknown, like this is everything I don't have. Like she's new. So a couple of these things are new. Don't get me wrong, but like all this stuff I don't even have yet, and there's obviously a lot of work to be done to be collected. So I think I'm going to go through that journey with you guys. I think I'm going to start recording myself playing the games. I'm going to start, recording and doing some streaming and kind of just go through my thought process of a new game, which is, I think it's important for everybody. It's one of those, like, you learn by playing and you learn by evaluating, and it's sometimes it's important to log that information so you have it to always go back on. So if I know I make a mistake early on, I'll have the data to go, all right, I was wrong about this and this is why. And I think it's really smart to be able to reflect on those things. So once again, guys, Legends of Runeterra, it's a pretty sweet game. It's completely free. You can download it, and literally you can download it, hit play, and get right into it. That you can just play against AI, and then like these things are like the expeditions. What happened? Oh, okay. Sorry. I ran out of time on that. That's okay. So there's actually new challenges now. So like these are all new ones. I've done all the other challenges, but I guess with the new expansion, there became new challenges. So that's pretty cool. That's a lot of fun. That's something new to do. But like I said, guys, this was just the introductory idea that it's a new game that I'm going to be playing, and Scott's been playing also. So maybe we can even get some thoughts with Scott on it and stuff like that. And if it's something that you guys are interested in hearing me and Scott talk about, then let me know in the comments. Hit me up, and maybe me and Scott will sit down and discuss this game a little bit more and where we're at with it and stuff like that. But all in all, I'm looking forward to having a new game to play, just something different to do in my free time when I do get away from Transformers stuff. I mean, it's very, very important to have an escape sometimes. So I think this should be a solid escape. And for what it's worth, it may even breed new ideas for the Alpha Trion protocols of card creation for Transformers. So we'll see. But have a good one day. Have a good one, guys. See ya.